couple of young linebackers coming in Moses Walker, Abram Wright, guys who got some run in the bowl game. Just what steps have you seen from those guys in the offseason, and just what kind of role do you project they could have next season if they keep on this trajectory?
Yeah, I know. I think the development is just keeping going, and they're on the rise right now. I mean, they did a great job late in the year. I mean, after Powell went out against Indiana, we had to kind of do a bunch of things with a lot of guys playing a bunch of positions, and those two specifically, Moses and Abram, they're just continuing to get better. I mean, for me, linebackers, they always struggle to see it in the beginning. Like when they get to this level, it's just always a struggle. It's just so much faster in the box, and once it starts to slow down, which is kind of where they're at. Now they're able to see things more on like the level that I would say a Powell and Jennings was, and where Mo Toure is now. I mean, if we look back, when Mo first made the switch, there was some moments there, but they're getting better, and I love the group. It's a fun group. It's such a great recruiting group. They're all great people, and it's just it's fun every day.
You were able to keep a lot of guys from last year. It's not usual now with this transfer portal stuff. What do you think was key to keeping that defense together and bringing all these guys back?
Yeah, I think it starts at the top, right? It's the culture that we have. It's the way Coach sets the tone. Our defense is a branch off that FTC culture. And I think it's just an environment that young men really like being a part of. And when it comes time for that decision, I think they just look at what they could be around. The unknown is out there, right? And I think just what they're going to get every day from us, I think is why. And I think we're just, like I said, a program on the rise, a defense on the rise, and we're just looking to take the next step.
Do you consider yourself an aggressive defensive coordinator in terms of blitz and an aggressive defensive style?
Yeah, I think according to the situation in the game, I think that always depends. Certainly, we're an aggressive style with the way that we teach our fundamentals, right? Our D-line, our linebackers, our secondary is very aggressive with the way we play. We press a lot. So I think just our regular base stuff is that way, and then certainly the pressure things game to game. I can look back over the last 2 years I've been here. There's been different games where we've been up in the 40s, and there's been games where we've been down in the below 10%. So I think it just depends, but I think the way we teach our base fundamentals and the way we run a program from the Family Trust job is that's aggressive to start. So I think it starts there, and then it kind of trickles down to everything else.
What have your impressions been of Malcolm so far and what he's brought to you guys?
It's great, man. I think, listen, the first thing you know about Malcolm is just he's an unbelievable person. And I think that's something that goes missed now with this transfer portal. You can miss easily. Guys might be looking for different things, but, him, his family, everyone's just, they fit with us. And we knew that when he visited, and I'm just so excited about that part. That's why I wasn't even worried about, listen, he wouldn't be here if he couldn't play. But what makes it even better is he connects with us. And I think that's the ultimate part of the relationship is the connection. And I'm super excited. Just started to see him, 3 practices, but certainly someone that's going to help us big time.
Added linebacker coach to your title now with Corey going to Minnesota. Does that change anything at all about your job, what you do in practice field and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's fun being back. When I coordinated at Maine, I was the linebacker coach. And then obviously when I got here, we were able to hire Corey, and you guys know my relationship with Corey. I love the guy, and we've always been connected. So what I was thinking, he was thinking, and vice versa. So I didn't really have to worry too much about that. But, yeah, it changes. I think, with our staff and everything, that the responsibilities and that, I'll be tied up with doing more linebacker stuff. But, Coach Shannell's been great with me, and we've developed our staff into what the best 2024 staff is. And like I said, I love being with the group. I was in the middle with the Stars. It's kind of like an outside linebacker. I'm kind of dead in the middle now, so it's good. But just a relationship with those guys, being in there every day, I've loved every minute of it.
Moses Walker, big recruit, had the injury, obviously. What's his progression been like, and what's your expectations for him?
It's been awesome. Since I first got here, like I said in the beginning, usually a linebacker that's young, they start to move too slow, right, because they can't see it yet. And then they go really fast because they're starting to see it. Now he's getting into the moment where he can go faster, he can go slow. And that's the development me to a linebacker. He comes in every day, he works. He's always someone that really pays attention in meetings. He's locked in. He sits right to the right of me, and we need him. Like, he knows that. We know that. He played at the end of the year last year and got some really, really good time in the bowl game and games before that. And for me, I know as someone that watches guys play for the first time, my trust starts to build. And I don't even think now when he goes in. It's just like he's one of the guys. And that's where I know that someone's getting to the point where they're about to break out. And I'm just super excited for him. He battled his, off coming back from the injury. Him and Mo were together in that whole thing. And their bond is tight. And I think it's made him even better now, playing that position and being there with each other.
I guess when you look at the number of returners, there aren't a whole lot of openings, a lot of playing time available for younger guys, but you brought in some really good recruits. Kaj Sanders comes off the top of my mind. Mm-hmm. Do you have a vision for these incoming freshmen and getting them on the field? Could you see any of those guys kind of contributing early?
Yeah, I think right now, obviously they're getting used to the speed and everything that's going on. But listen, you mentioned Kaj has flashed a couple of times here over the first 3 days. I mean, he has. He just has natural instinctive ability, which don't have anything to do with me. Don't have anything to do with Coach Drew. So that was someone gave him that, whoever he believes in gave him that. So we're here to develop him, all those young guys. And again, I'll go back to the point, our recruiting has taken off because we just have great people. We're usually, Coach Shannon's going to do a really good job of not letting someone in here that can't play football. That's not really the question. Any tape that comes across my desk, they're going to be solid players. And now I think we do an awesome job of just weeding through who fits us. And I think every freshman fits us. Kaj Sanders is a Jersey kid. He fits us. He's home. And now he's showing us, what he did at Bergen, and now he's going to come here and do it here. So I'm excited about the whole freshman class just from the standpoint of, we don't have to deal with a lot of stuff with them. The transition of them, being on time, all those things have been really, really smooth. And that's a credit to Jeff Jones and all those, player development guys that help them with that. And the reason I mention all that is because, they can't do on the field if they can't get that right. And, for someone like him and all those young guys, I'm just super excited that they're a part of us so early and their future's so bright that now this development stage and what we're going through is it's gonna be through the roof.
Two more. What are your expectations for Aaron Lewis going into next season? Because at the end of last season, he was saying that one of his reasons to come back was that he felt like he didn't play up to the level that he felt he was capable of. So I guess what do you kind of expect from him this year, and what have you seen from him this offseason as he rises to that level?
Yeah, I think, first and foremost, that kind of speaks to who he is. Right? How many kids get up and tell people that I didn't play well, especially in 2024 when it's about me. So that just tells you who he is. And again, the culture that we have, guys wanting to come back, all those things. So, listen, I'm looking for Aaron to be Aaron. I've seen Aaron impact this program every day, whether we're playing football or not, his energy, what he brings. And for him, it's going to start the weight room and all those kinds of things with his body and getting everything right, getting him healthy. And then for him, he sets the tone for us. He just because the no sacks and all that production, his pressure rate is where we need it to be, and we just got to keep rising it. And now with Coach Farrell and Coach Camp and all those guys in there, just looking for him to be who he is. He don't have to do anything special. He wants to take his game to the next level, and that's what we're here to do for him. And I know he's going to do that. I know that he's going to die trying, and that's the best part about Aaron.
Last question. Joe, we asked you a lot about the guys who decided to come back. You had opportunities this offseason, and you renewed your contract, and you decided to come back. Take me through the offseason for you on a personal level and why you decided to extend your time here at Rutgers.
Yeah, again, I go back to kind of what I answered with the players. I love being here. Again, I'm from here, right? I grew up in Bergen County. The culture of Jersey made me who I am. Right, driving fast and being upset with people and being in a rush and doing all those things we love to do. Right, I was actually back home last weekend at the house I grew up in. It was nothing like getting up, going to the bagel shop where I used to go when I was a little kid. And just all those things mean so much to me. And ultimately, I believe in Coach. Again, when you believe in people and you have a connection with people, that's the most powerful thing. I tell guys in recruiting all the time, the reason you decide to come here is because you believe in us. And I believe in Coach Schiano. I believe in this place. It's great for my family. And it's just different. We always say we're going to be different. Jersey's different. And that fits with us. That fits with this defense. And that's why I love being here.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, man. All right.